back to Relationship Talk with Lois. I'm Tyece.
I'm Courtney.
And we are here back again. It's been a minute, but anything gonna bring us back is another drama with Will and Jada. Now, we done did our entanglement video. Check that out. We're gonna put it into the card so y'all can see that one. But listen, we was comfortable just watching the Oscars and seeing what happened, who's gonna win. And out of nowhere, the drama ensued. The Oscars turned into Love and Hip Hop, like in a split second. We was like, what was going on? So, of course, as you see in the title, we're gonna talk about the incident with Will Smith and Chris Rock. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, is what he did there, was it really protecting his wife? That's what we're going to really, that's the nutshell. We may broad and just get on out there, but is that really protecting his wife? So
basically, if you was under a rock and don't have no social media, don't have no TV, we go insert the clip here so you can see what happened.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Chris Rock came out, presenting the award. He did his little jokes that he always does. He made a joke about Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington laughed.
Yeah. Kay made a joke about Jada. First of all, I didn't even get the joke at the beginning.
I didn't either. It was over my head real quick because
I didn't remember the movie G.I. Jane, and I was just like,
first
okay.
He said G.I. Joe. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention.
So I thought I was like, okay, G.I. Jane 2, I don't get it. But then the thing is that when you watch the video, like Will laughed, but then you see Jada's reaction, and she was like, like really, like why would you say that? And I think that is what triggered Will. And when he walked up on stage, he was just like, okay, this is about to be a little bit like he gonna go up there, act like he beating him up, and then go back to the seat. When he slapped him, we had to did that really happen?
When that transpired, I didn't know it happened because I wasn't focused on the TV. I didn't think, because I seen him, Chris Rock, laugh. And he said, uh-oh. And Will started walking up, and I guess he was doing the Batman walk. And I'm just looking, and I just looked up, and I thought he did one of the actors' move, like he was slapping him, like hitting on his head. And because I heard the noise, and I seen him walk off, and he's like, oh, Will Smith just slapped me. So I'm thinking it's acting. They acting up there.
That was real life, son, real life. So the point of it is like, all right, I get it. Because I didn't even know she had alopecia. And I'm on social media. Like I follow, I think both Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I didn't realize she had alopecia. That's the reason she shaved her head. Her daughter shaved her head a couple years ago. I'm like, okay, you shave your head, no big deal. Stars do stuff like that all the time. No, oblivious to the fact that she has.
I'm wondering, did Chris Rock know that that's part of his joke? Did the Oscar writers write this joke?
Or did he write the joke himself?
But
that's another thing we have to ask too. But did he really know that she had alopecia? Like, how do we know that he knows? Just like I didn't know. How he know that? So they're just making that assumption that he maliciously came out there and made that joke. Why would he do that? I don't see him doing something like that. That's
part of Chris Rock's character.
Yeah, that's his act where he's a comedian. He's going to rank on people and make jokes about people that's in the audience. That's what he does. That's his bit. So why is it different this time? It hit a nerve with her. Maybe it's fresh. She's sensitive about alopecia. You know, I don't have alopecia, so I don't understand the whole how it feels to lose your hair and stuff like that and go through that trauma. And she, you know, it hit a nerve for her. She been suffering with it, so she didn't like the joke. I get it. You know, you say something to him afterwards, like, yo, dude, that wasn't cool. Didn't appreciate you, you know, saying that about my wife. You know, I would appreciate if you just apologize. That's it. You going up there and slapping a man on live TV is kind of taking overboard to me.
Yeah, we don't know what the family is going through, but previously, Regina Hall made a joke, and they stayed making jokes about their relationship.
Yeah.
And she said, "Hey, Will, you're supposed to be up here with the guys too." And he's like, "Oh, no," which is, I get, but with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith from Philly, walk up to another person, which is probably bigger than him, and took this action out on him. To me, I don't think so. I really don't. And he probably seen that Chris Rock is not a person to do anything. And Will Smith, we don't know, Will Smith don't do these type of things, at least that I don't. And he took his aggression out on.
I think he was just fed up. They had the whole entanglement thing that we talked about. And a lot of people talked about it. It's still being talked about. They done been through the gossip mill or in social media. But now it's something else.
At this point, why would you take that approach to this matter? Is this protecting your wife? Your wife is going through something. Your wife is going through something
but
before.
there's other ways that he could have protected her. He could have protected his wife without being aggressive and putting his hands on the man. He could have had a conversation with him. That's also protecting your wife.
Could have even walked up there. We talking about this backstage.
Yeah, I appreciate that joke.
Don't be talking about my wife. Something.
And just like he was sitting there yelling at him, he could have been like, yo, don't say nothing. Don't keep my... He could have said the same thing. Keep my wife's name out your mouth without going up there and slapping him. It just looked real hood and like, I don't know. It just...
I feel bad for both of them. I'm being honest.
It just was not a good look.
I think it was a joke that was, let's call it an ignorant joke. If he didn't know, you know.
And if he did know, it was a bad joke.
Will Smith reacting to that poor joke is like, you self-control. You don't know how to control yourself on this minute point, at least to me. Maybe like not to him.
He had like a Kanye moment. Like we always, people talk about Kanye that, you know, he off the rockers a little bit, but
and the
Will
show,
Smith
the Oscars didn't
crazy.
even take this dude off the show.
That's the crazy part.
And people say, hey, Will Smith made it. He can
basically
assault the person right up
assaulted the person
live TV,
went back and sat down and nothing.
It's like, whoa.
They just continue like nothing happened.
Can
like
anybody else do that? What? How? Really? No.
It was just
crazy. They called the cops? He denied the charges. I guess Chris Rock wasn't.
No, Chris Rock never filed any charges, so there's nothing to be brought up against him because he didn't file a police report.
I guess so.
But
they want to handle it like men, but I don't think that was a smart approach. In a sensitive matter, alopecia. Wife, alopecia.
He said alopecia.
Oh, sorry. Wife losing hair. It's a sensitive moment. Okay, he said G.I. Jane, and you just went berserk.
I don't know. It was like, I guess it was like the last straw, and it was just like,
was there something else behind this? Do he really like Chris Rock?
Like, that's the
because
thing.
Some people, you know, if I really don't like you and you making a joke about my wife that's going through something sensitive, now I got something else to react to or something.
But you still don't react to that way on national TV.
No,
but
that's
they
what I'm
did
saying.
say,
there's probably something behind this.
They
more.
did say that when he hosted the Oscar in 2016, and Will and Jada kind of boycotted because they ain't had no black nominees. He made a joke about Jada and made a joke about Will, and said, I think the joke was that how could you boycott something that you weren't invited to? It's like him boycotting something about Rihanna's panties or something like that, and talks about Jada. So basically, I think, I don't know, that could be something, but I'm like, that was like 2016, 6 years ago. Like, we still holding a grudge from then? I don't know. Because it's just messed up situation in both parts.
Yeah,
I feel bad
I
feel bad for Chris Rock. I in my opinion, I don't think he had any malice or ill intent to when he said a joke. He was just making a joke, just like he said. He said it's just a joke. It's just a joke. And then Will, I don't know.
And he was good for.
He's stressed out.
That too.
He's sitting there with a lot of stress. He getting nominated,
laughing it off.
I don't know. It was just I don't think that's protecting your wife.
It's not protecting. I
felt like Lupita back there, like, what the hell?
People say that's protecting your wife, but you looking type crazy. You could have handled protecting your wife some other how, but what was it accomplished there? But like, because people still gonna make jokes.
This gonna be even more jokes. If I was a comedian, this is definitely gonna be in my
Will Smith, you make jokes also on people, and you laugh. I don't see where it.
It was just too much. The reaction wasn't worthy of what Chris Rock said. Even if he had knowledge before it was a bad decision on his part, it still didn't warrant being slapped on national TV. I don't think you could say you're trying to protect your wife and then get up there in the speech and talk about you about love. I don't understand what vessel you was being used as to go up there and slap that man on national TV. That was just like uncalled for.
Sorry, that was acting. I'm sorry, that was acting. His words didn't match up to what he was saying. Wasn't what he did. He said sorry to
the Academy and the nominees, but he didn't say sorry to Chris Rock.
To me, it just made him look even worse. To me.
I don't know. I don't want you to protect me like that. I'm like, I want you to protect me, but not like that. Don't make an ass out of yourself to try to protect me.
He could have said this sitting down. Stop talking about my wife right now.
Like he was close enough to the stage.
Shut up.
He was close enough to the stage and Chris Rock could hear him.
Exactly.
And see his reaction. So
I heard Will from the rest of the night. Over every.
That's the thing that kills me.
It was like, I don't. What?
That he sat there and laughed through the rest of the show and acted like you just didn't slap a man on national TV. And my question that I posted on social media, I was like, would Will slap a white comedian like he slapped Chris Rock? And that's the thing that's like, I think it's more affected me because of the fact that they're both black and that he just went and slapped that black man in his face like that. Would he have slapped, what's that man, Cohen, whatever, what's his name?
Would he have slapped Dwayne? The Rock?
No, I'm talking about a white comedian. Would he have slapped him? Would he have slapped a white comedian? Would he have slapped Dave Chappelle? Hell to the no. I think because Chris Rock is not that type of person to retaliate in that way.
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams would have knocked him out. They would have been scuffling on stage. But like, come on. It was not a good look. It was not a good look. It was not a good look at all. And then to take away the fact that Questlove won an Oscar award. And just like that moment was just like taken away because you couldn't control yourself. Like, I get it. Your wife was upset. Your wife was hurt. But you be like, baby, I'll take care of it later. This is not the time or the place. And like, that's the thing that people don't understand. That was not the time or the place to do something like that. Like, you handle that backstage. After he do his set, after he get the award, I'm going to walk backstage and talk to him. But I'm not going to do that in front of live TV. Like, it just wasn't a good look.
You'll do it undercover? You'll do it.
I do it back in the backstage.
You'll do this backstage.
Like, if I'm gonna do that backstage, like
Right.
not in front of everybody. Like, check him later. And then he would have came on social media. He would have made an apology, said, "I don't mean to offend her. I didn't know," or whatever. He had to write up his apology. Chris Rock would apologize as soon as he realized that hurt her feelings. It touched a nerve. I'm sure he would have apologized, and that would have been the end.
I don't think Chris Rock was that type of dude that would be unapologetic on something that's so sensitive.
Exactly.
Hey y'all, if y'all like our content so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram or Facebook, relationship_talk_Lloyd.
And if you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell, you'll be down with the Lloyd Love Movement.
He back with that August Alsina thing, like back there with the tears. He was like, y'all ain't gonna have me looking like that no more. I'm gonna look like a man taking charge of taking my wife. Y'all had me crying up at the red table talk. I ain't doing that no more. I felt like that's how he felt. Like, he was like, "This is my moment." He walked up there like, you had all that time while you were walking to like make that decision. Am I really gonna do this? I was like, you feel like, you know, when you're mad at somebody.
Person too.
When you're mad at somebody and like you in your mind, you're like, "Man, I'm so mad at you." Like in your mind, you actually walked up there and slapped him. But he literally walked up there and slapped him. It wasn't just in his mind.
It wasn't no punch. It wasn't no, you that mad. If you out of your mind, you would, anger. But
it was just a whole lot. Was not expecting that at the Oscars. I was just waiting to see who was gonna win the best actor and the best movie and see the little performances, but I was not expecting that at all.
Well, I hope this don't hurt, none of their careers, but I think it is. Some endorsements gonna get pulled. Some of them not
shouldn't
gonna
hurt
be
Chris.
on certain shows. But we'll see how it play out.
I think
I'm glad they'll probably make up. Hopefully they did. And
I don't think they're making up. Not after this. I wouldn't be talking to you if I was Chris. But I think the best post I saw from this whole thing was, I can't remember her name, the actress from Bob Hearts Abishola. She said that basically Will Smith, he slapped a man on live TV and then cried white woman tears during his speech. And that's to say, I said to myself, I said, Will Smith has made it. He literally has made it. The fact that you could slap a man on live TV, go back to your seat, sit down, sit through the whole show, get an award, and then cry. Like, you slapped a man, but you're crying. Like, you did. So why you even became a white woman?
Well,
he never became a Karen. He became a Karen. He has officially made it. Will Smith has become a Karen. That you could slap a man, but then at the end of the night, you end the night with tears. And people are consoling you. He has become a Karen.
you don't hear nothing about Chris Rock.
Chris Rock ain't said nothing. Chris Rock left the show. If I was him, I would have went home.
Man, he probably
I would have been like, forget it.
put a lawsuit out on.
I don't think so.
Like ABC
I don't think so.
Or something. But this is a messed up situation. Said I'm personally feel embarrassed for them. I feel embarrassed for it's not the way how to cover your wife. You didn't make a point.
You didn't make the situation better. You made it worse.
No.
And you brought more attention to.
What point did you make?
He brought more attention to it than was needed. I think if they had just left it alone, he would have made an apology. I didn't know. And it would have been smoothed over. Now everybody's talking about it, including us. It was something for us to talk about. Bring us back to YouTube and have a conversation.
But it's stemmed from relationship.
Yeah, it's just like, it was a little too much for me. It was a little too much for me. And I'm like, Chris Rock made a whole documentary about black women's hair.
Here?
So I'm like, I don't think he would be that insensitive about alopecia.
I don't think he that
if he knew. So
think he
that's
that
a whole nother, just a little back.
It's just emotions with Will Smith and what he's going through and his family is going through, and he just flipped. To me, he just flipped.
Something was going on. Something, we got to figure out what
was
going on there.
But
something was going on with him. That's all I could leave it at. Something was going on with him. He wasn't in his right frame of mind. I guess the stress being at the Oscars, you're up nominated, you're stressed about that. Your wife has probably been stressed about her alopecia, and like it just all came into one, and he just didn't know how to control himself.
So did he really intend to hurt that man? He
Nobody
made
knows.
a joke about G.I. Jane, and she got a low haircut, and this is the way how you can take it too. He's probably saying, yo, you got a low haircut, yo, I think you'll be perfect as G.I. Jane, and she can get that role and get more paper in her pocket.
Listen, she's sensitive.
But everyone is so sensitive, and
well,
so
you can't
on the
get out of her
edge,
shoes.
you walking on
You lost your
eggshells.
hair, then don't you want some hair on your head? So if I make a bald man joke, you gonna be a little sensitive.
No, then I'll make a joke on you.
So that's the difference. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody's like that. Some people gonna be like, oh, they made a joke about me. You know, I'm so sad now. Everybody take things differently. Some people gonna take a joke and laugh at it. Some people can't. Especially depends on how fragile you are in the moment. Right now, she's very fragile because she's going through the alopecia. She just shaved her head.
She gave Will a look like,
yeah,
you got to do something.
She
Like when he said it, I think she was like, wow.
yeah, she said
And
wow.
you see Will like, ha ha ha, oh, like that was the funniest joke ever. Then he
was
looked
like
over
that?
at, no, I'm just saying. Then he looked over at his wife, and she was like, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna handle this, baby.
That's how he was.
Then he came back. I'm like, yo, do I hear Will over everyone laughing?
He had to play it off because he know he made a mistake. He just had to play it off for the rest of the night. But all right, I think that's kind of. What are your thoughts? Okay, what do you think?
Who was
about
right? Who was wrong? I'm not trying to put it in that position, but
Yeah.
someone got to be right. Someone has to be wrong. Was it like a misunderstanding? In your perspective, it could have been that. You know, the man trying to come out with some jokes. You know, Will Smith, he a jokester too.
Is that how you protect your wife? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with Will Smith hitting him? Do you agree with the fact that Chris Rock was just making a joke? Do you think he was wrong, right? Drop it in the comments. Let us know what you think. And we'll respond to y'all and see what's going on. Hopefully we'll make a next video soon.
Yes.
We're trying to be back on schedule again. Pray for us, you know. We will be seeing y'all next time in the next video. Relationship Talk with the Lloyds. Peace. I won't make no bald head jokes with you, baby. I love your bald head. Bye, y'all.
Back to shenanigans.